Hi guys, welcome back to another double page layout. I'm scrapping photos from our trip to Magnolia Market a couple of years ago. And I have started with an old kit, so if you didn't see the first video, back up and you want to watch it. So this was an old Scrapbook Generation kit from a few years ago, probably several years ago. It's Echo Park for the record. So today I pulled out this green paper from that kit, and then I went to a newer kit from the scrap room, and it had Cartabella Spring Market. So the rain boots are from that collection. And the photos I'm scrapping today are from the gardens at the Magnolia Market. And so I really wanted a floral and a softer kind of feel and look, but I still wanted it to match into the other double page layouts that I'm going to do for this little side trip that we made while we were in Texas. So the rain boots was a perfect soft touch for the gardens, but yet I could still pull in the darker colors. So I started again with kind of the basic outline of the sketch that was in this kit. I have four by 6 photos, and they're just going to go together in the center, and I'm going to create a frame around them. I wanted just a little bit of separation between the two colors, and I wanted to bring in some of the yellow and the black from the other layout that I was using because it had a lot darker feel to it, and this one's more spring and airy for the flowers, but yet it still needed to match in with the other layouts. So I pulled out some more product that I have a lot of, and I don't use near often enough, and that's my washi. I found this yellow diagonal stripe and then a black thin washi that's a houndstooth, and I felt like that was the perfect touch to bring those other colors in from the other layout, but yet still complement the papers that I'm using from the Spring Market collection. The sketch was just to build a block, so the bottom strip of paper and then the 2 outside edge papers with the rain boots. That is the basic sketch from the Scrapbook Generation, and then after that I just went with what I wanted to do with the embellishments that I had. And so one little trick here that you'll see me do, since I'm trying to create a block, if you just cut your papers to size, most of the time it doesn't really measure up to the photos. So I put my photos on first and then cut my paper a little bit longer. And actually it was just a strip of paper I had left from working with that collection, and then just drew a pencil line where it would match perfectly. If you're just using patterned paper at the bottom, you can tuck it up underneath it, but since I had washi, it's transparent, and so I needed to just kind of play along with it that way. So that is just a little trick for you if you're trying to create a block layout with lots of different papers and photos and all of that to try to make them match up. I have the basics down here. You saw all of the sticker sheets and the embellishments that I pulled out to kind of work with. Some of them were from that For the Record. Some is from the Spring Market collection, and I'm going to use a little bit of it all. This border strip here that had the numbers on the ledger, I knew instantly when I pulled that collection out to work that I wanted to use that sticker sheet somewhere on these layouts. And on this particular layout, I decided to fill in the gap over here on the left with some little border strips. And so that little border strip was a perfect little touch. I used it. That black with the florals is another long border sticker, and I cut it into a banner. And then the beige one, the longest one in the center, that's actually from the patterned paper in the Echo Park collection For the Record. So I mixed all of them. Then I'm just pulling out some other embellishments, and you're going to see me make a couple of goofs and change things up because I end up ripping a couple of embellishments while I'm working. I'm just using some of my foam to put up underneath the banners so that they'll stay up off the page. I wanted just a little bit of dimension over there because all of those stickers are flat. Then I'm going to start working on this right hand side, and for this page I ended up just doing the banners on the left, which are quite long, quite big, and then drop down to the bottom right, and that's only embellishments that I'm going to put on this page. So I start out with this little yellow doily, and I really like it, but I end up ditching it and using some other stuff because I just couldn't get all the other little things that I wanted to put on top with the doily. And I thought about putting it up on the left-hand side at the very, very top edge of the page, just a partial of it, but then the stickers covered most of it up, so it ends up just not working. So I know right now that it's not doing what I want it to do, and so I'm going back to the sticker sheets to try to pull out more things that I can use. And you can kind of see at the bottom left there's another orange flower doily looking sticker, and I had pulled a few stickers off and stuck on my little block there to use, but at this point I'm looking for smaller pieces to spread that out, and I did not think I was going to go that big, but in the end I end up adding quite a bit. So you see that little Magnolia sticker that I've got down there at the bottom right? And that's what I discussed in the last video. I had found those on the For the Record sticker sheet and was going to try to put a little touch of those flowers on every one of my layouts for the Magnolia layouts that I'm doing, just to kind of create some harmony across all three of them and just a little nod to the Magnolia market. So I do work that one in there. Now I'm working back on these banners because at the bottom I had just kind of wasn't being inspired, wasn't quite sure how I wanted to go, and I wanted more banners up at the top. So I end up pulling a couple of the tags out of the collection, and also this sticker that says seeds 22 cents. I thought that was perfect because when you go inside the little store out in the gardens, they actually do sell seeds and a few little flowers and little whatnots and things. So I definitely want to use it, but I end up moving it. It's going to go down to the bottom. So here's where I'm decided to go ahead and add some of these tags and labels up here and just building them up. And I have one smaller tag that I try to put down below, and where I mess up, and you'll see here in a minute, I tried to put twine through it, and then when I pulled on it, it ripped the whole top of the little tag and just ruined it. So I'd started out with the brad here, but then I didn't like it. I thought it needed the string, but I destroyed it. So I ended up just throwing it aside. I'd thought about cutting it off, the top off, and putting up with the banners on the left, but I was just so frustrated I ended up just tossing it off onto my desk, and I might use it, tuck it in on another layout or something, but for now it's just gone by the wayside. So you'll see me just going back and forth and back and forth. I do have most everything in the bottom right because I knew that little wood grain piece that says Love Grows Here, I knew that was going to be my major focal point in that cluster, and then I just wanted to build around it. So I have a little yellow circle border sticker so that I can add a little bit of journaling here. And I can also write more journaling on the green because it's a subtle enough pattern that it will show up. But I'm not doing any journaling until all of the photos are scrapped so that I know what I want to put on each page. I did want just a little bit more in each one of them, and I wanted some more words because I'm not really doing like a major title on any of these pages. So I had some little word phrases. There's one down below that says the story, and then I found a couple for the top. Right now I have the Oh Happy Day, but then I'm going to find a couple of others. And I also think once the camera stopped, I added more. I can't remember, but I have one of the Tim Holtz sticker sheets that has just phrases and all of that. And I wanted a little bit more black in the embellishments, so I did find a phrase for each one of my clusters from that. So I'm not sure if that made it into the video or not, but I add those down below. And then I found this joy here, which it was a joy to get to go see these, and we had a lot of fun. So I guess I'm kind of using that as my title down here because, like I said, I'm not really adding titles to these pages. When I do multiple double pages for vacations, different things like that that have lots of photos, I really normally don't do a big title for them because I feel like it's kind of redundant. I don't know. So I want words and I want phrases and things that kind of tell the mood and what we felt and whatever from the photos or the stories that I'm going to tell, but not necessarily a title. So I use that joy down there. Here's one of the other stickers that I put with Oh Happy Day. So yeah, I don't think I end up showing the black ones. And then here I'm just showing a little bit of close-up. I got more of my brads in, so I'm tickled about that. Here you'll see where I replace that tag with a little watering can, so that finishes out that little cluster and all is good with the world. So I hope you enjoyed this, another double page layout. and you'll back up and watch the other one if you haven't already seen it. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe. And thank you all for your kind comments and following along with me in my creative adventures. So have a great day, and I'll see you back here soon.